Good evening, everybody. My name is Kezy Mukiri from Zuri Events, and we are glad to be here. We are a corporate event management firm, and so here tonight we represent that segment of the tourism industry that's always segregated: the meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions, the MICE portion of the tourism sector. Interestingly, the MICE industry, or the MICE industry of the tourism sector is the fastest growing segment of the tourism sector. But a lot of times you'll find the MICE players in gatherings such as these are largely left behind. The observations we have made is that there is insufficient collaboration between the MICE industry and players within the larger tourism sector. And therefore, our partnership with ecotourism is in a bid to bridge that gap. The contribution of MICE to the economy. Largely, you'll find the government agencies and industry associations will focus more on leisure tourism and a lot less on business tourism, which is what is a bedrock for the MICE industry. And this scenario is not unique to us here in Kenya. It's actually the African story. And yet, the realities are the growth prospects for the African business, tourism, and MICE industries are actually pretty huge. A lot of the times when we interact with players within the tourism sector, they're looking to diversify, looking for ways in which to increase numbers. And we in the MICE industry think that the answer lies within MICE. So we think that there is a need to refocus attention towards growing destination numbers or destination arrivals through business events. As you might know, the term MICE, meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions, represents a segment of the tourism sector which includes business events and activities. Travelers who attend MICE activities have a purpose beyond leisure, and statistics show that business travelers will, on average, spend 4 times more than those traveling for leisure. So, reflect for a moment on a business traveler who is visiting a destination, say for example, to attend an exhibition. That traveler will need accommodation, they will need drinks, transport, entertainment, shopping. They'll need all that, and they have the capacity, because a lot of these are sponsored by their companies, to spend 4 times more. And I think when it comes to refocusing energies, we should be spending more energies where the money is more. So let's break it down. Meetings, product launches, the corporate meetings, meetings with partners and stakeholders, trainings and seminars. As a company this year alone, we've handled in excess of about 38 corporate meetings. And when you look at the volumes in each of those meetings, then you begin to interact with the actual numbers. Incentive travel. This is a management tool for rewarding staff performance within the organization. And this, unfortunately, is at its infant stage across the continent. It's an industry that has matured a lot more in Europe, in America, and is gaining a lot of traction in Asia. And then we have the conferences. If you look at data from ICCA, the number of conferences and meetings across the world are actually on an increase. And then we have the exhibitions, activities that are organized to showcase products, services, or information to people who may be interested in them. So what is the value of MICE, and what is the contribution towards the growth of the general tourism sector? Like I said, 4 times more. That's how much the MICE traveler is likely to spend. MICE events, they even out travel demands. You have scenarios where we have, we call it the high peak, then you have the low peak. And during the low peak, everybody within the sector is looking for ways to fill the gap. That gap can be filled through MICE. It evens out the bookings, evens out the travel demand. Because MICE events can be scheduled even during the low peak seasons. The other advantage investing in MICE is that All we need in MICE is standardized services. Unlike in leisure tourism, where you may need to specialize or offer individualized services, all we need for us is standardized services. When we book a conference here at Crowne Plaza, we're offering standard, like for this meeting, you have 300, 400 people, and you offer standardized service, which is more cost effective on the venues. And then the larger scale, we host conferences and meetings between 300 to 1,500 people. Just today we launched the start of a conference, a 3-day conference that has over 300 delegates. So in large scale, there is much more benefit and even occupancy for the facilities. MICE improves the host city's image. When Kenya hosted the TCAD, the GES, and several other events, that served to brand positively the host city. And then of course, MICE is independent of tourism attractions. It doesn't need for us to have, the rhinos or those other activities that attract tourists to destinations. MICE is independent of that. And lastly, MICE enhances secondary businesses. For a meeting or a conference or exhibition to happen, there will be the engagement of entertainment providers. Like in this event, you have people providing sound and floral or AV, you have the venues. So MICE impacts an entire industry, cuts across several businesses. Azuri Events, we are what we call a sustainable event management firm, which means we're very passionate about managing events that are green. I know there's a lot of green in the atmosphere right now. Everything from toothpaste to soap. There is green of everything around us. So now guess what? I'm adding to you green events. So you look around your table and you don't have plastic bottles. We advocate as much as possible for plastic-free MICE. So we are engaging with different partners in the sector. And here, Crowne Plaza have been gracious, having had a little battles here and there to probably keep the bottles off and provide water dispensers. Energy efficiency, something else that's very key when it comes to how we organize our events, looking at better utilization of natural lighting. Community engagement. We organize events that have got strict bearing towards ensuring that there is a benefit on the host economy, including sourcing, what we call eco-sourcing, that we are sourcing with the idea or with the goal of benefiting most the host community. Then of course a green event will promote social awareness, provide awareness of the sustainability issues within the community. So like I said, our partnership with eco-tourism is to bridge the gap, to begin to have conversations that lead to more interactions, MICE players, larger tourism, and even look at what opportunities lie within MICE that will be beneficial to players within the tourism sector. This partnership does not end here tonight. We have partnered indeed with several other organizations in this room, including Let's Go Travel, STTA, TRA, several other organizations to host the first Global MICE Summit here in Nairobi in the month of November. And that summit is to highlight the different opportunities that lie within MICE. The event is themed around sustainability, around technology and innovations within MICE, and around economic development, looking for ways to leverage sustainable MICE practices for economic development. So we'll be engaging with all of you as we find ways to move forward. We are very, very honored to be partnering with ecotourism and towards making some practical engagement in the involvement or engagement of MICE opportunities in the country. Thank you very much.